Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Perillo. This is the Rabbit Hole, where I discuss NFL um, weekly predictions and give my reaction to the games. Um, my um, week 13 picks are Philadelphia over San Francisco. I picked um, the Cowboys over the Seahawks last Thursday. The Cowboys won 41-35. Today, obviously, we want Philadelphia and over San Francisco. We want the Lions over New Orleans. We want the Dolphins over Washington, and we want the Jaguars over Cincinnati. Now, right now, I am watching the Steelers and the Cardinals, and then I got the Lions and New Orleans on the other channel. But I'm also did I say um, Pittsburgh over the Cardinals? Yes, I did. Okay, so we'll go with those. Listen, folks, I love the support on my channel. I've had a couple of responses to a couple of my videos, and I really thanks for the support. Um, if you're not familiar with my channel, I've been going through a lot of emotional situations right now, and I just don't know how to deal with them. But if you want to get the rundown of what's going on with me, just look up my channel, the Rabbit Hole with Mike Perillo, and you can go back months into my catalog and watch those videos, and um, it's very blunt on what's going on. Um, but let's talk about that college um, SEC championship game versus Georgia and um, Alabama. Obviously, I got to support my Georgia Bulldogs. If you're familiar with my channel, and I know I keep saying that, but I've become a Georgia Bulldog fan without a doubt. The quick story behind it is I wasn't really into college football at first, but then I thought, you know what? It's a Saturday. There's nothing on. I'll watch TV, and I'm from Philadelphia, so due to channel commitments, I guess I was exposed to the SEC, the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Floridas, and all that. So I figured it's football, right? And I really didn't have a team per se. I was kind of just watching things and hoping for the best. But then in the last, I'm going to say several years, I decided I pick a team, and I chose the Bulldogs because my daughter, when she first started getting into football, even college or professional, she would always either go with colors of the team or mascots, and she really liked Alabama because of the elephant mascot. And then I convinced her to really like Georgia Bulldogs, and I understand, she obviously capable of liking whoever she wants, and that's great. But she's come around on that Georgia Bulldogs, and honestly, SEC, the SEC, excuse me, I keep wanting to get those letters mixed up. Um, you know, it. I think that is the most competitive um, conference in college football. Now that the Pac-12 is gone and other divisions are either expanding or leaving, it's just weird. I'm not used to that. But and then the playoff predictions or the rankings now. Honestly, Georgia went 29 games undefeated, almost over what uh, you know, almost over 700 days without being defeated or whatever. And of course, the last team to beat Georgia was Alabama in that same game that happened yesterday. And just the rankings just came out today. It's um, and honestly, Georgia's now sixth, Michigan's number one, Alabama's in there with Washington, and I'm not sure Texas. So let's see. I'm just naming the teams, and I know there's an order, but let's see. You got Michigan, Texas, Washington, and Alabama. See, the college football, in my eyes, if it was up to me, I don't get the whole like one loss thing. Like, oh, if you have one loss, you can't make the playoffs. I can understand the records, like, for example, Colorado, you need like 6 to 7 wins to make a bowl or playoff or whatever, and I understand that. But denying Georgia a spot in the playoffs, or maybe not, denying them what they deserve in terms of, okay, they went undefeated, so, and their one loss, first loss in over 29 games, X amount of years, X amount of games and days or whatever, they don't deserve at least something. Again, I don't get that part of it, but I mean, this is coming from an outsider's point of view, so um, but anyway, I'm not going to bore you with that opinion, but it was an exciting game last night. Georgia could have tied it with that field goal, but then they moved it back 5 yards, and that 5 yards made a difference because they missed a 3-point field goal try, and they lost by 3. Now, if they would have got that field goal and tied it, they would have still went down the field in the last 2 minutes and got that touchdown and won. And don't get me wrong, I respect the teams like Alabama, LSU, the whole SEC conference. But, I just don't get how the college playoffs or the committees rank these teams like, well, you can't vote for this team because this, that, whatever, and that whole Florida State thing. Again, I don't get it. But all I know is I like football. I like watching no matter what. Like, you know, for example, the history of me getting into college football was, Army Navy game, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago. I thought it's a tradition. It's a rivalry, the pageantry, the whole thing. And I thought, great, it's in Philadelphia, my hometown, and I thought, great. But and then I really got into college football. But anyway, back to today's picks. I I want Pittsburgh to win. They are up 3-0 in the first with less than 10 minutes to go in that first quarter. So let's check the other channel. I need to go and let's see. This game's at a commercial, but I'll check those highlights later. Or that game later. But anyway, I just want to say thanks to people who have supported my channel from the beginning. I know the concept of my channel isn't great. I know the content isn't all that great lately, and when I first started my channel, it was better because I had a bunch of stuff to unbox and review and show off, but I had to sell a lot of it to make ends meet, and eventually whatever I have, I will probably pull out sometime in the football's off season, because a lot of my jerseys are packed up and stored away. But I promise that, look, I'm doing this channel for me and doing it in a way that makes me feel uncomfortable, or makes me feel comfortable, because honestly, doing something like this helps me with my anxiety, and I just need some kind of outlet to for certain things going on in my head. And right now, it's the only way I can do it. And I got a lot of stuff on my plate to take care of. And right now, I'm not sure how to deal with it. But again, thanks for those who have tuned in, hit like, subscribed, or even just browse through and gave me a look. And I thank you for that. And I promise, once my mind gets straight, I can, get my channel up to the standard I know it can be. But right now, it is 3-0 Steelers with less than 10 minutes to go in the first. Sorry about that pause, but I'm working with a new TV, and the down button is actually the up button, so it's kind of hard to get used to that. And New Orleans is down. Ooh, Detroit's winning 14-0. It's 3rd and 11, New Orleans, with less than 10 minutes to go in the first. So far I am winning my picks this week. So let me go back to that other Steelers game. There we go. And honestly, not to put myself on blast or anything, but honestly, my life hasn't been the same since last February when I got released from my job after 15 years. And since then, my mind has kind of been stuck and kind of, you know, I haven't accepted the situation that happened, considering the 15 years I put up in that job, and my mind still has to wrap itself around everything's fine. You still have a roof over your head. You have a wife and daughter that loves you. You got people around you who love you like your family, and they all accept the situation that happened. They've all forgiven me, but I haven't forgiven myself about what happened. And there's a flag on the in the Steelers game. It looks like targeting against the Steelers because the Cardinal a Cardinal is down. But anyway, back to my point. Like I really haven't accepted the situation of I got released from that job after 15 years, knowing it was my fault. I screwed up, and one mistake can basically destroy someone's confidence, someone's situation, and I don't really know how to deal with that right now, but I'm not going to bore you with that part of it. If you want to go back and check my video, I did a whole video on how I feel about it. And the fact that I know who my true friends are nowadays, because when this whole thing first happened, my friends decided to blow up my phone days, hours and weeks later, saying, you know, what happened, and I really wasn't in the mood to tell them what happened because frankly it's none of their business. And um they all claim that they're still my friend, but I haven't heard anything back from them. So I reached out to former employees who understand my situation, and they those people support me, but I don't understand why the current employees all of a sudden don't want anything to do with me anymore, even after being their friend for 15 years. It's really hard to deal with that situation. I don't know what's more harder to deal with, the fact that that situation happened, or going through what I'm going through now. Like 15 years is a long time. But anyway, I'm okay. Again, my channel is called The Rabbit Hole, and I'm getting off track in terms of what I'm really shooting this video for. So, just watch my previous videos in the last 8 or 10 months since February, and you can really find out how I'm feeling about the situation. But to current situations, the Steelers are up 3-0 still. The Colts are up, or the Colts are tied with Tennessee 7-7 in their game. The Jets and Falcons are 0-0 at this point. I also said I wanted the Dolphins, and they are up 7-0 against Washington. So I'm winning that game as well. But I'm not going to bore you with the rest of. I'm not going to go on for another 20 minutes. So, in a nutshell, I am watching Steelers and Cardinals. I want the Steelers to win. So, my week 13 picks are Philadelphia over San Francisco. I wanted the Cowboys on Thursday. They won 41-35 against the Seahawks. Then we want the Lions, who are winning, Pittsburgh, who is winning, the Dolphins, who are winning, and the Jaguars, I believe, are Monday night. So I won't give my results for that until Tuesday. So with that said, folks, I'm sorry that I got into my head, and sometimes I lose focus. But no matter if you like my videos or subscribe or dislike or have comments about anything, great. And if not, great as well. I don't judge. But even if you just browse by and you view it, great. Okay? I just love the support. So, with that said, have a great day. God bless everybody. And if you keep your feet on the ground, keep your hands in the air, and you can reach the stars. I love everybody, and I love the support. So thank you, and I will catch up with you later in my second video of the day. Maybe during the Eagles San Francisco game, and then I'll keep you posted on the rest of these games that I'm watching. And it looks like the Cardinals just tied that game 3-3 against the Steelers. So I will see you later in the day, and have a blessed day. Thank you. Goodbye.